Alright, nothing else too different. I think it's tied to the ground space, though. It records the space. I don't think it's tied to the vehicle. Probably get a Geiger counter out and know for sure, but not gonna worry about it. Doesn't take me but a few seconds to go drive somewhere else real quick. And as soon as we get the high capacity Prussian blue, I'm not gonna have to worry about it. So. Alright, what did I need? I needed charcoal. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I left the charcoal back at the other lab. Damn it. That's where the big pile of charcoal was. We're going to have to go all the way back to the other lab to get the charcoal. Alright, well, better give me some more of those then. I still can't remember if we had found an auto dock. Alright, so let's get one more batch of limestone. So we're up to 59. I need 41 more in order to get another batch. Still got the jackhammer, got the toolbox. Alright, so yeah, let's do that. And we'll have to make a trip back to the lab. I guess we'll just keep digging a straight hole here. Guess we could widen it out. Ah, we got none! None! No! Hole. Type charcoal. So does coal count for charcoal in the recipe, or... Yep. I'm not sure what that does. Anybody know? Does coal turn into charcoal, or is it a substitute for charcoal? This is going to take longer than I wanted. This rate's going to take like 4 or 5 more spaces. Must have got kind of lucky the first time. There we go. So 24. 52. It should be enough all on its own. Alright, is that going to save us a trip back? That'd be nice. Limestone and coal. So, quick line. Do 2 quick line. See, now our radiation is down to 12 again. Whatever. Take the last Prussian. Potassium. And, Alright, got the quicklime, Prussian blue tablet. Coal or charcoal? Awesome. Now we got plenty of coal as well. So we could do 100, 250. So ammonia currently is my short supply of everything. That would be 690 worth of Prussian blue. So let's do what? 6 hours, 7 hours worth? Too much. Just do 3 for now. Get a portion going, and then we'll do a big batch before we get moving again. Now that we know we've got all the materials, and we'll be able to put it together without a problem. This will help a ton. I'll just keep slamming down Prussian blue tablets and get a handle on the radiation that way until we get a radiation scrubber, if we ever do. Or I get a hold of a mutagen that I can use to get rid of that tail. Nausea turned into weak stomach. Alright. Why do I need to craft Prussian blue? Because I've got non-stop radiation accumulation going on. We've been at between 8 and 30 irradiation status for since midday Wednesday, midstream Wednesday. So it's because of the minor radioactivity trait here. We're just constantly radiating the world around us, which then hands me the radiation back again. And it's been causing problems. At 12, it's causing that. And we've had it upwards of 30 at one point when we first saw it happening. And that's getting close to death territory. 50 is usually unrecoverable death territory. Okay, so we got some Prussian blue. Hell yeah, Prussian blue. Let's take some Prussian blue. Had a lot of effort to get that Prussian blue. Alright, so capable of purging nuclear contaminants from the body if taken after radiation exposure. So ideally, I still would like to get rid of the tail, get a hold of a phase immersion suit, and then roll around in that. Although I'm not sure how heavy it is, it might still be a problem. Tempted to go get one more batch of lime and quicklime, but let's just make more batches of this until we get back. I'm going to be eating this stuff a lot, so I need to make sure I have a pretty good quantity sitting around. But if we get the radiation under control, then we can finish this lab with the jackhammer, get into the last couple of armory / whatever else I left. Kill the robots down at the bottom, check out which kind of mutagen is in that tank. And we know there's alpha serum in the other place that we can think about going to get. I'm trying to remember, was that one lit? I don't think it was lit. Alright. So if I did 13-hour crafting, that would give me 200 more doses, and that would use a quarter of the quicklime. Only, I don't care about the scrap metal, only a third of the ammonia, and ammonia is easy to come by. Pretty good amount of the coal, but now we know how to get more. So, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm kind of curious. What kind of... Fish. Fish is fun. A lot of fun with fish. I got 1 canned tuna. I can make fish. I think what are the mutations I would try to take? Strength ones to cattle? Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. Of course, we're gonna run across a bunch as we speed dive labs. So might not need to worry. I might just drink whatever we come across and roll with it. Alright, so we're at 16. We'll start slamming down lots of Prussian blue. So it's just, ooh, it takes antiseptic. 10 antiseptic and or lots of salt. Alright, I can do the salt. Sorted. Awful lot of fish. Alright, we'll hold off. Let's see. Just gonna sleep down here this time. Well, I can't go full anything. We're already post-threshold slime. I'm locked out of all post-threshold traits. I can't go post in anything else. So I only look for the early mid-level mutations in any of the other chains. I'd like something that's got a high chance of making a tail adjustment. See if I can get to a midpoint where the tail disappears. And I could wear the hazmat suit for a while to make sure I zero out the radiation pretty quickly. Alright, game, feel free to actually move the clock sometime soon. No? Oh, there it goes. Here we go with Z levels again. I think it's past time for me to reboot this thing. Oh my goodness. I can't interrupt it to stop it and do anything, so. Alright, well, 2 weeks from today, we're having VVV number 2, Vorm versus Viewers event number 2. Set your calendars. Make sure you know about it. 2 weeks from today. So it'll be a slightly different version. We'll take what we learned in the first one and adjust it a bit. And I think it's going to be more mutation focused is what I'm going to be aiming for. Give you guys the ability to, I don't know. I'm playing around with something in the veins of using freeform to make some kind of super character. And then you guys will be able to do things like mutate me or purify me or things like that to make me weaker as time goes by. So I'm not sure yet. I got a few ideas on how we might be able to do it. That'll kind of keep things interesting. What I'd like to do is come up with maybe 3 different sets of rules and or situations, and then we kind of rotate between them for the different events. And kind of slightly modify them as we go, so as we learn what works and what doesn't work, and make adjustments. But I'd like to have like 3 different events with different kinds of rule sets, and kind of go from there. Of course, if we never wake up from this unending slowness, maybe we won't. But yeah, so if you hear lots of people talking about duct tape and saving duct tape, that's what they're talking about. They're saving up their duct tape for use during the event. The free channel points that we call duct tape here on my channel can be used for that kind of thing, and or you can donate to the channel to help support the channel. And bit tips and sub donations like gift subs will have their own special powers attached to them. Alright, we finally managed to get out of that. Let's save and exit and hopefully clear up a little bit of the really, really nasty slowdown. That will sometimes help clear out some of the problem. Hmm. 15 radiation. Not certain the Prussian blue's actually doing all that much. I think I do need to damage myself so I can, I don't think the radiogenic is triggering while I'm full health. And that's part of why I'm seeing these big spikes in the radiation increase, because I'm at full health. And radiogenic never triggers, and it never eats the radiation. So, that's a bit of a problem. Alright, do a really big, nasty 12-hour Prussian blue run. That'll get me 200 more portions. That'll be enough for a while. Shouldn't have to worry about it for a bit after. So. And then we can chat some more while we wait. Time to learn necromancy? No. Locked out of animist. I hate animist. It's the one class I really don't like. I just don't like the mechanics of the way it works, and don't think it's worth the time and the effort. What's the current status? Current status is we're crafting a massive batch of Prussian blue. Totally massive. And finally. So we theoretically will have a handle on the out-of-control radiation. Next up is to use the tools we accumulated to finish off this lab. The special spots I wasn't able to get into. The armories and such, and the finale room. And then do the same over in the research facility lab. Go get that alpha serum from the bottom. I'm willing to take an alpha serum, see what happens. And we got most of the metalworking stuff put together. We got the anvil, the crucible, tongs, and swage and die. I think I'm missing one thing. I'll have to look. But getting the metalworking stuff done is another big upgrade. Need to get our mechanic skill up a little bit, and then we can start working on the vehicle if we want / need to, and I'm probably going to. Especially if I put the effort in to get a Humvee, get it modded out, take off. See if we can keep this guy alive a while, and see how crazy powerful we can make him. It's going to be a while anyway, because I just never have any luck hunting down dragons. So, actually, let's stop. Yeah, look at that. Radiation's gone up. So... yeah. Now we're back into the 20s. So now radiogenic will kick in, because we're actually taking health damage from the radiation once again. And it's going up because we're in the same place for a long time, so I've irradiated the holy hell out of the space that we're in. So let's stand down here and craft for a bit. Oh, now we're back to full health, so now the radiogenic's not going to kick in and eat rads. What's the best class? I don't know. I've had very little luck pursuing actual classes in Magiclysm to a point where I feel like I'm actually using the class, not just a couple of spells I start with, because I have a terrible time actually finding spells for a particular class in-game. If I start with the intent of being a technomancer, I never find technomancer spells or books. If I start trying to be a druid, I never find druid books. They're just too rare, too hard to get a hold of. So I'm going to do a run at some point where I just start with all the books, and I'll just summon them in, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, it's just never going to happen. Unless some kind of change occurs in the process. Heart pain for no reason, that would be a chemical imbalance. I wonder if it's the radiation stuff that's causing this massive slowdown. Because I had no fungal or anything. Just about everything's dead. Almost nothing's making any... Well, I've got my earplugs in, but... I don't know. This is getting ridiculous how slow it's getting, though. I'll have to... Hate switching back and forth, turning off and on the sea levels. This is getting a bit outrageous. Back down to 19. I just want to get this done, get the crap out of here, up into the vehicle, and get moving. Ideally, get enough mechanic skill and the gear to swap out to cargo spaces so I can travel around in the vehicle and not really have to worry about the accumulation of radiation. We're getting real close to that point, real close. So we shouldn't have to put up with this crap too much longer. That's the hope. Then we'll start speed running labs, just getting ridiculously powerful. You know, more so than we are now. I want cool spells that I can learn really fast with my 28 intelligence and my 7,500 mana. It's getting slower and slower. Let's drink the dregs of the tea. Ah, tasty. Hopefully by the time we run out of these Prussian blue tablets, we'll have gotten some other, or no longer care. But if I'm going through 10 a day, that's only a couple of weeks worth. Yeah, we're back to disease immune again. And we finally finished. Alright, so we got how many? We have 253 Prussian blue tablets after that. And we can still make... Oh my god. We can still make another 100, or another 200. Plenty, 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 plenty. So yeah, we could do another batch of 200 with what we got. I just got to remember to make sure to take all those with me. All but probably the scrap metal. Alright, so we got Prussian blue for quite a while. Let's see, what am I missing for crafting? Like, crash axe. What's chiseling? I need a chisel. That's the one I'm missing. And yep, chisel and plastic mold. Hey there, chisel. 52 minutes. Sure. Let's sit around for another while we wait for this. I think that's the last of the metalworking tools, so we're all set there now. we've got all the mutation tools, all the metalworking tools. I don't have like an autoclave. I don't think I'm gonna do much dissecting or cleaning of CBMs this run. We'll just go with whatever we find. Probably. Yeah, I might change my mind on that. Alright, so another one done. With the mold. Chunks and plastic bolts. Bring back enough plastic chunks. I'm not going to worry about it until I need it. Back to irradiation 20. Yeah, that's going to get so old so quick. Alright, so final things I need to do in here. Got the armory with a broken computer we need to break into. I'm gonna have to go through a wall to get to that. Autoclave if I want it. Not too worried about that. That room I can't really deal with. Too many lights and bots in there. Dangerous without a control laptop. Don't really care about prisoner containment. Don't care about that. So yeah, apparently it's just the oh, there is an auto dock. Oh, we do have an auto dock. All right, change of plans. Change of plans. Are all of my CBMs still upstairs? All right, so we're gonna take a good night's sleep. We're gonna pray that we drop our radiation a bit and get our intelligence back. Then we're gonna go test and see what our chances are to install CBMs with first aid of 4, 3 electronics, 5 computers, and 27 intelligence. Yeah, so we'll drive like we did last time, sleep, and come back down and do that. I think I'm done with the... No, I'm not done with the jackhammer. Here's a second. Here. Alright, can't leave everything here. So I'm just going to sleep right here. Right after I take pressure. We got some pretty high-end CBMs. Curious to see what our success number is with a ridiculously high intelligence. Intelligence is pretty powerful in the percentages. Oh my god, I forgot we got slow time frame going again. My bad. I should have turned off sea levels. Uh-oh. My body needs more nutritious food. No. No, I had somebody mention there was a bit of sound cut out. They were able to isolate it and show it to me. It was happening, but still think it's, I don't know. It usually is happening when I'm mumbling or kind of facing away from the main screen. So, we'll keep an ear out for it. Alright, come on already. Now, get this stupid sleep cycle done. I'm anxious to go see what those CBMs look like. Yeah, it doesn't happen consistently or super often, but let me know if you spot a particular part where you think it happened a couple of times, if you can timestamp it for me especially. That way I can go back and check the playback and see if I can find it and figure out what's causing it. Mouth flaps! And the rodent... Oh, the muzzle turned back into a snout. Come on, game. Get rid of the tail. Make the tail go away. That's what I need to go away right there. We are weird looking. Alright, let's go pop upstairs, grab some CBMs, dive to the bottom, and take a look to see what our chances look like. Alright, what do we got? So, blood filter, chain lightning, night vision, which I don't really need anymore. Integrated tool set would be helpful though, so I don't have to carry the toolbox around. And the synaptic accelerator. Now the problem is I have no power gen or power storage. So, I still want to see what they look like though. So give me that, give me that. Don't need those. I've got, give me both. I've got full night vision already. Sure, we'll check it. Alright, so we're overweight. Not a problem. How about, did I bring any anesthetic? Not? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might have left the anesthetic kits over at the research facility. I think it'll still show me the chances. Yeah, with 7,500 mana, I could max my power out at 2,100 and still have 5,000, over 5,000 power available, or mana available, I mean. So we could be a max Robo Warrior and still be a ridiculously powerful wizard. Alright, well, we're gonna go down and find it. I think I might have left the anesthetic down there. Go do that first. I'm curious. Oh, remember that area. I'm going to avoid that. This was... I don't remember what was in here. I don't remember what I was avoiding there. But, keep avoiding. We'll go next to the radiation source again. More new bodies. Let's go here. And I need to go one more floor down. Sure, this is not the finale. Alright. Nurse is out. Whoops. Well, there's a bit of a problem. Gee, did I leave the door open, or have they been teleporting around again? And supposedly he can see me right now, which means I'm gonna die, because I'm being spotlighted by the computer. Well, run northwest is pretty much the answer. But they don't always obey the rules on the lighting, so I could die anyway. I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll find out. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is put a quick save in here, in case it does decide, once again, to disobey its own rules. So, I'm overweight by almost double. If I try to run, I'm gonna zero out my stamina damn fast. I have to go northwest at least once. Theoretically, going straight north or northeast even should put me out of range. It should be here, 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 and then down this way. Yeah, down to here. So I should theoretically be able to go here and be out of the lit area, then scoot, try to work my way back around again. That's the theory. No matter what, I have to move, so we're gonna run. I'm gonna step northeast first, see if it obeys the rule. Alright, so it did, but now I've got the cyborg. Yeah, it teleported. It Came through the wall, just like all the other things have been moving around, just like that used to be in here, it's out. That came through the wall this way. It seems to be an unintended consequence, or I don't know if it's intended or not, but I suspect it's an unintended consequence of flipping the Z levels off and on. I've had this happen a couple of times, this run and last run, where when I turn Z levels off and on, all of the zombies that were in containment rooms get moved, so they're no longer in containment. Last time we had the Shoggoth running around I had to deal with that was in containment originally. That's why there's so much activity after I make that change and I go back through a lab I've cleared, because everything that was in containment rooms is now free to run around again. So, the cyborgs are a problem because I want to shoot the sentry bot. That's the only thing that's dangerous to me. Wonder if my magic missile will kill a sentry bot. Does magic missile bypass armor? Can't remember. Because if they grab me and the bot hears the activity and comes down, I won't be able to do anything about it, and I'll end up getting killed anyway. If I try to back up and then get my gun out, likely not to be able to get a shot off before he gets to me. Magic missile is true damage. That mean it bypasses armor? I don't know what the distinction is for true damage. I don't think I've seen a description of that anywhere in the game. What I'd like to do is kill the computer terminal. I'd like to magic missile the computer terminal to death. That would solve my problem. He moved right when I hit the cast for the magic missile. 12 damage. And he doesn't barely show any damage, so I don't think that's going to work. He's already coming this way. Got a not step here. 1, 2. Got a not step in that ladder. Yeah, so the problem now is that I'm running out of stamina. These guys are faster than me. The sentry bot's faster than me. He's following the noise of the combat. Got rid of one. Oh, I'm not drunk. That's right. Alright, I need you to go away now. Alright, now I think we'll be okay. Alright, yeah, you go hang out over there. That was a little too close. Alright, let's get our gun out. Yay, gun. Stay way away from any computers. Now we went racing off to the north, did he? Alright, nurse bot. May or may not be hostile. Not sure yet. Oop. Nurse bot. What happened to nurse bot? Nurse bot get killed? Oh, there's nurse bot. Alright. So, pulped. Yeah, that was a rude little surprise there. That just about got me killed. Hey, nursey bot. Alright. So there. Stop it. Down out of the doorway. Close that up for now. I do have a doctor's badge back at the base somewhere. I know I remember picking one up. So doctor's badge and a friendly nurse bot would make this easier. I forgot I haven't hacked it yet. I don't have a high computer skill. I might have to jackhammer my way through the door. 27 intelligence and 5 computer skill, and I just keep failing these things. That is... Oh my god. Yeah. 27 intelligence. 5 computer skill. And I'm just failing, and now I have to run all the way back up again. Son of a biscuit. I definitely did not start with 27 intelligence. You know me. I don't play those kinds of characters. Let's see, I think this one was mildly dangerous. No, that's not bad. Alright, so go up here. There, that's not a problem. Oops, I always pass that one. Alright, jackhammer. Wrong way. Okay, let's not go through here. I still want to go through... I'd like to preserve a door between me and there. Alright. leave that temporarily. Pull these in. And the chances I can get nurse bot back in here. I got no way to herd the nurse bot, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the nurse bot's assistance. Alright. Nope. Not even gonna tell me. That's great. That's great. The only Prussian blue I found in the entire game so far. No, I had Prussian blue once more from another source. Yeah, I know I picked up the anesthetic. Obviously, there was some here, and I grabbed it. But I didn't see it unless I took it with me to the research facility and left it there. Is the only thing I can think of. So I'm not going to be able to see what the numbers are. A little worried it might be too close. Oops. Stuff's moving around. Big blob surrounding that. This is all not helpful. Does that mean that the other... Well, they like to cluster over here previously. The hell? What the? It's not letting me move the cursor past the blob space. Alright, I'm really confused. Fire. It automatically is targeting that space. I can't move the cursor out of the space. Or at least it's not showing it to me. That's weird. Have all the mechs disappeared? Except for the one that got relocated into the other room? Or are they all hiding in the other section now? Chimera, Flask of Mutant. Yeah, down to just the blobs. I know about the mech. I don't care about the mech. I don't like mechs. They're weird. Got some oddness to them, and I'm not fond of them. Mainly because you have no information or feedback regarding the mechs and their abilities, their defensive abilities, or anything like it. I can't stand that fact. Alright, so no bad guys to worry about other than the blobs. They don't worry me much. So turn off Heelys, jackhammer, and go verify whether or not this is slime mutagen. $60 doses of standard mutagen. Cool. That'll save me a massive amount of effort. So, a 60-liter tank full of standard mutagen that I can use as a base for any of the other stuff I want to make. Alright, so, doing that. Alright, so we'll come back for that. Leave the rest of that alone. And I am going to, we're going to debug something in here. Anesthetic kits. Here, anesthetic kit. I'm not going to use it. I'll get rid of it again. I just want to see what the numbers look like. Oh yeah, up here. Ooh, that's some nice numbers. That's some nice numbers, considering I'm only about a third of the way through the skills. Alright. I think this is one of the hardest ones to do, possibly. So we should have a pretty easy time with CBMs, basically. Alright, let's ditch this anesthesia kit. Not really available to me. So I can come down and get that. We've got our access to that. We're done here. Don't care about that. Not gonna run into that. Well, that room might be safe now. Now that the guys have possibly been shoved around or disappeared. Alright, let's head back up. And makes me bleed. Oh, snot gobbler. I think I've... let's be a naked stuff. It's got its downsides. Counterattack kill. Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff coming after me, huh? This is where a turret shows up and kills me? Sackbot. Alright, now I'm getting a little irritated. God damn! Another slime spring just appeared. Alright, that was interesting, I guess. My ass kicked, but now at least we got some hit points for the radiogenic to deal with. I go look at that other. Gotta go one and then south. South. Oh no, it's just south. Yeah. All right. Speed of 25. Speed of 25 doesn't sound good for any situation here. Why am I at speed of 25? Overburdened minus 55. That would be one. Alright, drop. Seven. That's mostly the pain. I'm worried they're right here on top of the door. It's a lit room, so it could be extremely dangerous. Ooh! That's exactly what I was afraid of. Alright, so that's pretty much still a no-go. Come on, Slime Spring. Let's go waddle our way back up to home base here. Again, I went right past it. Buddy. Huh. He seems to be stair challenged. Oh well. I'm not waiting around for him. Back to Radiation Center. Alright, so I still can't do that. Too dangerous. Nothing, nothing. The only thing left, I think, is to pop the armory. Right over there. I have to go through a wall section to avoid these ledges. Since you can't put a plank over them for some reason. I'll go through that wall section there, break in, and go through the door. 200 of these. Good metal. Alright, I don't remember if there's anything in here I need to replace or not. Not really wearing gear anymore. So, let's go through. Door up. Alright. Like the looks of that gun. Please don't be the submachine gun. It's the submachine gun. I hate the submachine gun. Let's see. Let's drop the jackhammer up there to make sure I'm not stupidly overweight before we peek in. No light, so even if there is a turret, we can easily kill it. There is a turret, and not a lot else, unfortunately. Alright, so... guess I could just ignore it. Don't care about anything that's near it. 25 round stick magazine, and it would 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd be able to shoot to there, so it would be able to get to me if I tried to. A machine gun, 3 rounds, huh? That's also a 25 round capacity, so that'll give me what I need right there. Alright, so yeah. Bandage, 5 NATO rounds, which I don't need. Our chest guard that I don't need. 100 round magazine, fast draw holes. Nothing else. Good lord. Alright, that's one of the worst barracks I've ever seen. Our armories. This lab is done. Except for going down to get the muted. Gotta go get the muted. Alright, radiation, even with the Prussian blue taken regularly, is still proving to be a problem. Which is going to annoy the hell out of me. Yeah, I think we're down to get the mutagen, throw it in a 6-liter tank, get it up top with the gear that I want to take with me. Hop in one of the vehicles I want to travel in, run up to the other research facility lab, go down and grab the last whatever gear I might want out of it. Did I make autodoc notes over there? I don't remember if I noted any. Armory I didn't try. Armory I didn't try. Barracks that we failed. Other armory. 4 armories so far. And then the finale. Alpha Serum. And 1 power storage CBM in container. So I don't think I marked autodocs. We might have to do another quick run through over there to find out for sure. Worst case, we grab the anesthetic that must be over there. It's the only other place I could have left it, and we'll have to come back or find another one. But we'll make a quick trip over there, grab the last of our gear, then we'll drive to find some cargo spaces, get the cargo spaces in our vehicle, and then probably just get moving. We'll be done. Hit all the local area locations except for if we find anything interesting hidden in the middle of the city up here, which we haven't covered. What? It's not even summertime yet. We're overheated. Every time I go upstairs, we're overheated because I got a bunch of rat fur. We're a slime rat. So, the shaggy fur here is making me super warm. Which is actually a problem, especially going into summertime. It's going to be a massive problem going into summertime. Just the shaggy fur all by itself. So, yeah, we got some interesting times coming. Alright. Well, I think this is it for me for this evening. We're about 8 hours, 15 minutes into it. That's all I got time for this evening. We made a lot of progress, though. We still have not quite conquered the radiation, though. God, I thought for sure I would have that fixed this evening, and it's not fixed. But we're right on the verge of being able to do a whole bunch of power-up stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll be able to keep the guy alive, I think, as we get him modded. We'll do some more mutating, do a bunch of CBM installs. That'll really ratchet up the power level. If we can get a dielectric capacitance in especially, I'm already immune to acid. That'll make me immune to electricity. After that, there's not a lot left other than just the stuff you already saw me fighting that would cause too much of a problem, as long as I'm prepared for the fight. So, this guy's getting pretty powerful. We'll see how much further we can ratchet him up. I've got a gas mask. We had a snout earlier. I couldn't wear it with the snout. But it converted, so I think we can wear it again now. But, yeah, our mutations are causing some problems here and there. But, yeah, that's it. So, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. As always, I'll be back on Monday to continue the challenges. Keep an eye out. I'm still trying to finish off I got one last thing I'm trying to finish up before we switch the schedule. So make sure you're keeping an eye out on my YouTube announcements and my Discord channel so you know for sure when I switch the schedule around. It's coming up, but we're not quite there yet. Just got this last thing I got to finish up. So thanks again. Have a good evening. Stay safe out there, everybody. Oh, let's see. Who can I raid? Who can we raid? Let me go look here. Still on doing. Dorb is on. We can go raid Dorb. Let's go raid Dorb. Other buttons. Other buttons. Where's the buttons? Come on, screen. Open up. Alright. Off